very warm welcome to CIET NCERT's live phone-in interactive program. I'm Tanvi Khurana and this is our virtual lab series. Well, I'm sure by now you must be knowing that what exactly are virtual labs. These are different from physical labs which you have in your schools. But how can you operate virtual labs? On which platform? Is it easy? Is it difficult? Which subject is it for? Which grade is it for? You'll get all the details in this series of ours. If you have questions, you have queries, reach out to us. So today we are going to take up an English class for all the students studying in grade 7, and we are going to demonstrate a simulation to learn the conversion of a sentence from passive voice to active voice. Yes, this is the simulation we are going to show, and I really hope that you are going to enjoy this entire process. If you have queries, like I said, please reach out to us. Give us a call on our number, which is 8800440559. If you want to email us, the email ID would be diksha.training@ciet.nic.in. You are watching us on our PM eVidya channel, which is channel number 6 to channel number 12, and also on our YouTube channel, which is NCERT Official. In the live chat box, you can write down your questions, your queries, and share them with us. So, let me firstly please introduce you to our sign language interpreter. We have with us Neetu. Neetu, a very warm welcome to you. She'll be interpreting each and every word that we are going to discuss in this particular program into the sign language so that it won't be of any difficulty for all of you. Now, let me please introduce you to our guest for today. We have with us Dr. Amit Ranjan. Sir, a very warm welcome.
Thank you so much.
Sir is an assistant professor from CIET NCERT New Delhi itself. So, without further ado, let's talk about virtual labs first. Let's understand this concept a little more, and then we'll come to the topic for today. Sir, would you like to tell us what exactly are virtual labs?
So, of course, virtual labs are labs in the virtual world, like you have real workshops in the real world with mostly people associated with science subjects, with chemistry or physics, with equipment and a workshop. But basically, anywhere where you have experiments is a workshop, and that can be done online as well. And what better workshop than language itself, where there are millions of people speaking languages, and it evolves, it keeps evolving with new media. Like we are seeing language evolve very fast with social media, with every generation. How we use, let's say, Roman script for writing in Hindi on WhatsApp, and so on. And words get shortened, they get stylized, and so on. So it's the whole world is a lab, let's say. But here, in a specific sense, there are lots of labs online to practice different aspects of language related to grammar or comprehension or even literature, because you get feedback in real time. And feedback in real time helps us improve our inconsistencies, our mistakes. So it's a sort of an aid. I wouldn't call it primary. The primary always remains the classroom and your textbook. And this is an aid once you have learned something to practice it and to perfect it. There's a virtual lab for languages is good. And on Diksha we have a virtual lab both for Hindi and English.
Okay. And when we talk about English labs, like you said, most of the labs in schools are for science. And when we talk about an English lab, a virtual lab for English subject, then there are certain simulations which are there on the Diksha platform. And today we are going to talk about the simulation to learn conversion of a sentence from passive voice to active voice.
That's right.
So can we discuss a little bit about this topic? And firstly, what's the difference between a passive voice and an active voice, and how easy or difficult is it a subject or a topic to make it available on virtual labs?
Right. So any sentence has a subject, a verb and an object. So that's the basic structure of doing itself, of So, for example, Michael plays the guitar. So, Michael is the subject, plays, something is happening. What is happening? The guitar is being played. So, there is an actor who acts upon something. You are running on the road. So, it's you, there is running happening and the road is being trampled upon in this case. So, there will always be two nouns at the beginning and at the end, and there is a verb which negotiates between the two. So, that is the basic structure of a sentence, and in English language it is the subject comes first, verb comes second, object comes last, like I said. Michael plays the guitar. So, here when Michael is playing the guitar, the focus is on Michael playing. He is the hero of the sentence in the focus. But if we want to defocus him, what would we do? We would say the guitar is being played, where the more important thing is not the person who is playing the guitar, but the instrument which is being played, the sound which is being produced. So, we will say the guitar is played by Michael, or even in other, we remove the subject in lots of cases. So, it will just be the guitar was being played. So, that is passive voice sentence. So, now you will see active voice sentence is about ownership, where you clearly tell the owner of any program. The government launched this program, for example. And passive voice tries to focus on what is happening rather than who the owner of the program is.
Okay.
So, the same sentence, the government launched the program, instead it would be the program
Is launched
for
by.
giving ration was launched, that is all.
Okay.
So, here the focus is the program for giving ration and not who did it. Right. So, it is about the focus primarily. So, we would see that active voice sentences are used, for example, in creative writing, in autobiographies, in essays, whereas government letters, bureaucracy, where they want to underplay their role or hide behind a curtain, sometimes it would be in passive voice. So, let us look at our virtual lab over here and do some practice with related to this topic. So, first of all, diksha.gov.in, this is how your landing page would be, and the third tab, as you can see over here, is interactive content. We go on this and we land on virtual labs. So, today's topic is slated for grade 7. So, we go to English medium in this, and then amongst the subjects we click on English. And here we have on the right, as you can see here, is passive to active voice conversion. So, it is loading right now. And then press the start button over here. Now, let us make it full screen. So, we also have a self-evaluation at the end, which we will also see, and other than that we have a theory portion and a simulation portion. So, on the right you would see that these 3 bars, and when you click on this, there is a book icon that comes, that is theory. So, that will explain the lesson, and like I said, you should know the lesson already from your book and your classroom. This is just for a recap, and then the procedure of how to do the simulation over here, and a self evaluation of viva voce is there. So, let us look at the theory of passive to active voice. So, once again, what is voice? A grammar of contemporary English defines voice as a grammatical category which makes it possible to view the action of a sentence in 2 ways without changes in the facts reported. So, like I said, it is just about focus, where you are focusing, either the doer or the done. One and the same idea can often be expressed in two different ways, by means of an active and by means of a passive construction. Active voice. So, active voice is used to indicate the grammatical subject of the verb is performing the action or causing the happening denoted by the verb. So, like I said, this is taking ownership into your own hands, that is active voice. So, use of active voice, there are three uses that they have stated over here. Active voice is used in a clause whose subject expresses the agent of the main verb. Subject can be easily identified by asking who or what to the verb. So, for example, again the same sentence, Michael plays the guitar, who plays the guitar or what plays the guitar? The answer will be Michael, that is the subject in an active voice. The sentences are short and easy to understand, because when it is converted to passive voice, it definitely becomes longer. So, for example, we have here John wrote the letter. So, this will become the letter was written by John. The sentence becomes longer, and maybe if there are more than two objects, it will become difficult to understand also. So, like I said earlier, what is passive voice? It's that voice in which the focus on object is there and not on the subject. What is receiving the action? So, Michael played the guitar, who or what is receiving the action? The guitar is. In passive voice, the actor of the verb is either understood at the end of the sentence or may not be told. Like I said, say India got independence. India got independence from the British. You could say independence was gotten from the British, or you simply say independence was obtained, and so you remove the subject. Okay. Then there is a topic given over here, the active passive voice using modals. The modal verbs consist of will, would, can, shall, should, may, might, and such modals are used with main verbs to express ability, probability, obligation, advice, etc. To convert active voice having modals into passive voice, auxiliary verb be is added after the modal in a sentence. So, for example, if the active voice is he said he will go to the theatre, or he will go to the theatre. So, the passive voice would be the theatre would be reached by him. So, the auxiliary verb be becomes very important whenever there is a modal in active voice. Alright. Then how to identify the active passive voice? Ask who, what performed the action. If the who or what is at the beginning of the sentence, it is active voice. With the same example, Michael played the guitar. Who played the guitar? Michael. If the sentence was in passive voice, the guitar was played by Michael, and if you asked by who, and it is at the end of the sentence, it is passive voice. So the basic question who or what, if it begins the sentence, that is active voice. If it ends the sentence, it is passive voice. Okay. Tips to recognize passive voice. In order to recognize that the sentence is in passive voice, watch out for these keywords. Be is are plus past participle of the verb, is going, are going, was going, were being, has, have, had, been. So, if there are these participle forms, it is an indication that the sentence is in passive voice. Will be, being, so on. Then we have all these rules over here, but let us now, we have largely covered the rules. So, let us go to the simulation, otherwise it is a vast topic. We can spend half an hour just talking about the rules. So, let us try some exercises. So, here we have to convert passive to active voice, and as you can see on your screen, there is a a tab given with the tense. So here it is simple present tense. We can change it to all the different kinds of tenses as well. So let's operate with simple present for now. So this sentence given over here is in passive voice. A banana is eaten by George. So like we just discussed, if you ask the question who, banana was eaten by who, answer is George. George is coming at the end of the sentence, so it's in passive voice. So now we have to convert it to active voice. How do you think we could convert this sentence to active voice? A banana is eaten by George. George eats a banana is how we would convert this. So when you ask who eats a banana to this sentence, the answer would be George. Right. Next one. This is also in simple present. We can change the tense also. So for example, we can make it present continuous tense. Then we will try another one with past tense. So a cake is being baked by Anthony. So how would you convert it to active voice? A cake is being baked by Anthony.
Anthony bakes the cake.
It's continuous tense. So Anthony is baking
The cake.
a cake. Let's see. That's the correct answer. Okay. Next, let's try some other form of tense. So for example, past perfect tense. Okay. So the sentence in passive voice is the chair had been bought by Edward. So if we have to convert it to active voice, first of all we convert the object to subject, Edward, and then the verb, and because it's past perfect, so bought becomes had bought, and then the object comes at the end. So it should be Edward had bought the chair. Okay. Let's look at the next one, and maybe look at present perfect tense this time. All right. So the cookie has been baked by Christopher. Do you want to try this?
Christopher is baking.
No, it's perfect tense. So the cookie has been baked by Christopher. So of course Christopher would come at the beginning.
Christopher has baked
The cookie. So the object becomes the subject. Christopher becomes the subject. Has baked, and then the cookie as the object. Correct answer. Okay. Let's look at the next one. And let's go back to simple present tense. The ball is caught by Joseph. Joseph catches a ball. So you convert, you make the object the subject, Joseph becomes the subject, ball becomes the object, and the verb would come in between. Joseph catches a ball. Okay. Now maybe let us go to the viva voce, the self-evaluation. So you have to go on the right side where the 3 arrows are, click on it, the last one, and let us see. Okay, so there are 10 questions in this. Ready for it?
Yes.
Okay. Passive to active voice conversion. First question, identify the passive voice for the given sentence. They know me. I am known to them. I am known by them. I are known to them. I is known to them. What do you think?
I'm known to them.
It should be I am known to them. Though a strong contender is also I am known by them. But the correct form should be I am known to them. That's the correct form. The second question, identify the passive voice for the given sentence. He invited me to his house yesterday. I am invited to his house tomorrow. Option B, I am invited to his house today. Option C, I was invited to his house yesterday. He was invited to his house yesterday by me. Which one?
C.
So clearly this is talking about me being invited. So I was invited to his house yesterday. All the other options do not say that. The other options are in different tenses. Okay. We skipped the third, is it?
We cannot skip. We have to pick either the right answer or the wrong answer. Then only we can move further.
Okay. Identify the passive voice for the given sentence. You must endure what you cannot cure. Okay. What can be cured must be endured. What cannot be cured must not be endured. What cannot be cured must be endured. What can be cured must not be endured. So, this is just playing with words and all the options, but basically the answer lies very clearly in the question itself. You just have to change the order, what you cannot cure. So, what cannot be cured must be endured.
First one.
In life, whatever problems we cannot solve, we have to face them. Second one. Okay. What cannot be cured must be endured is the answer. Yeah. Then the next question is, identify the passive voice for the given sentence. We must listen to his words. So, the object of this passive voice sentence will become subject of the active voice, which will be his words, must be listened to. So, there are options also of must be listened, but we should remember that we have to add the infinitive whenever we use the verb listen in the past tense. So, his words must be listened to. It says wrong answer. We must listen to his words. Well, there are technical glitches, but this is the answer. His words must be listened to. Okay. Identify the active voice for the given sentence. Our army has been defeated. So, which shows that somebody has defeated our army. So, who is that somebody? Like I said, when we ask who or what, so the enemy has defeated our army. This should be the correct answer. All right. Identify the active voice for the given sentence. I know her. So, this is a form of she that we are seeing over here. So, the options are she knows me, she is known to me, I am known to her, she does not know me. So, her is a form of she. So, when when it changes, it should become she knows me. Here also it's there seems to be a glitch in the answer over here. Let's see the next one. The ship was set on fire and abandoned by the crew. So here, who set the ship on fire? The crew.
The crew.
Okay, so the crew set the ship on fire and abandoned it. So that's option A. The crew set the ship on fire and abandoned it is the second option. The crew set it on fire and abandoned ship. The crew set on fire and abandoned ship. So this is just playing with words, but basically this is the answer. All right. The last one. We are also running out of time. Identify the active voice for the given sentence. Why should I be suspected by you? So, this is clearly passive voice sentence. When you convert it to active voice, it would be why should you suspect me? Why should you not suspect me? Why should I be the suspect? Why should I suspect you? So clearly you are suspecting me, so why should you suspect me? So by you will become an active agent, you will become an active agent, you suspecting me. Right. So this is how you convert passive voice to active voice sentences.
Wonderful. So see, we saw multiple examples here, and I'm sure our viewers have got the idea that how the conversion is being done. And can they attempt this assessment anytime they want? And are there any restricted attempts?
No, it's absolutely free, and you can attempt it as many number of times as you want till you get it correct. And it also gives you the reason. It was not in this exercise, but mostly during simulation you will be given a reason for why you were wrong and what's the hint to getting it correct.
Okay, so they can correct it the next time. Okay, this was a wonderful simulation, sir, and English is a great subject. Anyone and everyone who is interested can do this simulation and multiple more, irrespective of the grade you're studying in. And if you enjoy virtual labs, then try for sure on the Diksha platform. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to all the viewers as well for being with us. I really hope that you enjoyed this entire process, and you can, all you need is an internet connection. You can operate the virtual labs anytime you want. I'm sure you like it, and you can attempt the assessment. Like sir said, there are no restrictions. You can attempt it multiple times, as much as you want, and you can also spread the message and inform your other friends about it as well. So with this, we have come towards the end of this session, but be with us, don't go anywhere, because we have a lot of programs lined up for all of you. So let me just quickly show you a glimpse of the schedule that we have for the entire day. You can see it on your screens. The upcoming next program is going to be our Ullas series. This is going to be from 11 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and you can watch it on PM eVidya channel number 14. With this, let me just thank our sign language interpreter as well. Thank you so much, Neetu, for interpreting each and every word that we discussed here. And once again, a very big thank you to all of you. Have a great day ahead. I'm Tanvi Khurana, and now I'll take a leave of you. Namaskar.